Hi, this is Tim. Today I am going to be talking about hair. I am a complete amateur at this. Most of the stuff I've learned offline. I saw a Dragology do a kind of tutorial like this, like tools of the trade. So I thought I'd do one too. Why not? This is my lovely house. So some of the things that I love are hair. As I've said in my intro, like on my trailer, I am a drag queen. I work part-time. I don't do every week. It's murder on the heels, if you know what I mean. So when I have some time, I like to work on wigs. I've been doing drag for about 10 years, and I think hair is the hardest thing about doing drag. Having fabulous big hair is always good, but you've got to get that big fabulous hair. So some of the tools of the trade. This is a cosmetology head dongle thing that you put your foam heads if you've got one, or if you've got a professional one, you can use that. These are great. There's nothing worse than trying to style a wig and it's just rolling all over the place, so this keeps it stable. I want to get a stand for it, haven't got one yet. Hopefully get that soon on eBay or something like that. I've seen them pretty cheap, but I'm a bit poor at the moment. This has been a lifesaver. I've had it for ages. I used to have a foam wig block that I used a lot with this. I've seen a lot of people say that you shouldn't use them. I was just an amateur back then, and I didn't really care. Like, I just needed a head block, and a foam one was like $10 at the local fabric shop, so I bought one. I would recommend buying a real one. I'll show you my real one later. Well, not real one, but you know what I mean. So this is awesome. I got this on eBay. I think it was about $10, and it took about a week to get here. So, awesome. Right. And said head. Sorry about the pins and stuff. I've been working on wigs today. So this is the head block. I got a canvas one. It is awesome. It's about the same size as my head as well, which is good. So when I put wigs on it and they might stretch out a little or whatever, I know that if it fits on the wig block, it's going to fit on my head. I got this on eBay as well. It was a little bit more expensive. I think it was about $45. Postage was quicker on this one though. I can't remember the seller, but I've had it for a while now, and I've used it a lot, and I haven't got any T-pins. I have to get some T-pins. So I've just been using the little pins with the little ball ends on them. They work well. I don't mind them. Don't use hairspray on them if you've got a nice lace front, because the colour stains the lace fronts. Learned that one the hard way. Yeah, so that's my head block. It's pretty easy. You just pretty much put a wig on it and then put the pins along the edge of the hairline. Keeps it pretty stable. And then you take your trusty little dongle, stick it in the end, and there you go. It's got a little clamp on it, so you can clamp it onto anything. I usually just clamp it on a chair or whatever. A few other tricks of the trade. These things. Clamps. Hair clamps. They're awesome. I do use hair ties as well, but everybody knows what a hair tie is. And I use the little kind of snap pins and bobby pins and stuff like that, but these are great. I've got them in a variety of sizes. I just bought them from Woolies or Woolworths or whatever it is, or Walmart in your country if you're calling from America. Calling? Nobody's calling. That was weird. If you're watching from another country, cheap as. I got lots of them. That's just two sizes that I brought. One of these is really handy with the little thing. I don't know what these are called, like a styling comb. I just made up that word or name for it. These are really good because you can get in and kind of go honk with the hair and get in the lines that are in the back of the hair, the wefts, and kind of just make it nice and neat. And it's got a handy little teasing comb if you want to tease as well, because everybody loves a little bit of a tease. Scissors, essential for cutting thread to sew your wefts into the wig, and to cut up the wefts, and just always have a pair of scissors handy. It's always good. Cotton. I just use normal everyday cotton. Make sure it's not too cheap though. I got a whole pack of these for like $5. I usually double it up just to make sure that it's nice and strong for sewing the wefts in. I've got different colours. I was doing a blonde wig. Well, it was platinum blonde. So I had this, so it kind of matched the colour, because it's not white, it's kind of eggshell. Try to match your thread with your wefts, because then you won't be able to see it as much. With dark wigs, like brown wigs and stuff like that, I just use black because you really can't see it anyway. More tools of the trade. I picked this up at the dollar store. It's like a pack of needles, all different sizes and shapes. It says for a repair kit, all-purpose sewing repair kit. It has the lampshade fine fabric and the mattress pillows and sheets. This is the one that most people use on their wigs. I don't tend to as much. I just use the straight one. It's just what I'm used to, I suppose. But it did have a very, very handy one, if I can. Yes, this one. It's called the Saxon Packaging one. It's really handy. It's kind of like a hook end. It's pretty snazzy. It's a bit big though, so I haven't really used it that much, except for really big wigs. And that's good for, like, if you want to sew something into the hair, like flowers, or if you want to sew one wig to another, that kind of thing. It's really handy. And then we come to the most important tool of the trade, wigs. Here we go. Here's a brand new one. It came today. Jet black. Boring. But all you need to do, get a blue wig, cut it up, sew them together. Custom wigs. Anyway, with Dragology did mention these, like the little hair nets that you get when you buy a wig. I have heaps of them. They are extremely handy. I would recommend everyone keep every single set of their hair nets, because here you go, wig, all nice and packed away. And also, if you're doing like a big wig and you've sewn one wig on top of the other and then you tease it up, get a hairnet, put it over it, and then spray it, and it kind of like keeps it together-ish, so there's not too many flyaways. And I've even kept the hairnet over it and kind of just lightly teased it into place with that over the top, and it keeps it in a nice compact shape without losing too much of the volume. I love big wigs. Don't really have a huge head, but I just love big wigs. It's fun. Here's one that I just finished, probably a couple of days ago now. It's probably about a week. This was the first wig I ever bought. In drag, I've really looked after it because it's my little baby. It's my first wig. Someone gave it to me, actually. Someone who wanted to do drag and then never did it. And they were like, oh, well, you may as well have it because you're going to do drag. So I was like, awesome, thanks very much for a free wig. It's not a super expensive wig, I don't think. I will post a pic, kind of up here somewhere, of what it originally looked like. It was actually, it was quite short and bland, but I added in, actually I'll show you the middle, like this is how many wefts that I've sewn into it. I did this one with the white string just so that you can see it, because if I did it in black, you wouldn't be able to see how many wefts have been sewn into it. But pretty much every single weft on there has another weft sewed to it, giving it a lot more volume, and it's kind of got like this kind of swoopy fringe. So I actually sewed more into there as well, and that's all of that jazz. And there's a plastic bit here that's supposed to be like fake skin. I couldn't sew through that, and I didn't want to anyway. Didn't really want to wreck it that much. This wig has grown in size. It's fabulous. I put longer bits at the back, long curly bits, just to give a little bit of swoosh at the bottom. Also, from another wig that I sewed wefts into, a lace front, I got a pack from the local wave shop. I don't really know what to call them, the place where the people go to get their weaves did. In it there was a nape section. This is your nape, the back of your neck. Usually what they do is they will sew that into their cornrows or whatever it is, and it just gives like a little bit of hiding for the back of the neck and also extra length. I had it left over because I didn't sew it into the other one, so I actually sewed it in here. I don't know if you can actually see it. So here we go. So there's the nape section. So I just sewed that in just to give it extra hair, because the nape section's got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wefts of hair on it, and yeah, it just gave it a little bit more extra at the back. And I don't like to waste hair, because why waste hair when you can sew it into a wig? I'll give you a little demonstration of this hair. It's nice and big, not styled yet of course, but as you can see it did have a big kind of bang, you might call it. Yeah. But I added a few different colours into this as well. It was quite a bit of a muddy brown, but I added like black along here, which was not curly like this. It was just kind of wavy, just to give it extra volume around the head, because you always need extra volume. I did there was like some blonde that was in the pack that I bought, and we have it here. Got bags and bags of hair. Here we go. So it was kind of like this. There was like lighter parts, and then there was like a dark, and this part of it was dark, so I sewed that in here, and then the lighter part that was like, it was half and half. It was really weird. I didn't mind. Half and half. The part that was light, I sewed it more up the top to give it a little bit of highlights on top. You probably can't see it that well. Kind of like there-ish. But it just gives a little bit of, instead of just being one plain colour, it gives it a little bit of definition and, you know, all that jazz. Yeah. So that was the wig that I did. I'm just about to do another one. Just before we go, I did want to mention These plastic bags that wigs come in, I have heaps of them and they're really handy. They actually keep your wigs not too badly shaped, especially for me because I don't really have all that much room in my house. So I just pop them carefully into these bags and then I can roll it up like this and just pop it in a drawer like that because my drag room is out of control, like quite literally out of control. Someone asked me the other day, how many wigs do you have? And I said to them, are you talking about standalone wigs or double-topped wigs or hair pieces or la la la? And they're like, okay, I didn't know that question was going to be so hard. Because I've got a lot of wigs, and some of them are 2 wigs joined together made into one big wig, and then I've got wigs that have got hair pieces in them, and then detachable things, and those clip-in extensions, and asking a drag queen how many wigs they have is not that easy. And lastly, before we go, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a tutorial, hopefully, if I can get around to it, just with a wig that I bought. It is a lace front. It is a sensational Empress lace front wig. I've already cut off the lace front. I can't help but do that. I always want to try them on first. So, but it's just one of the thicker lace fronts. I don't mind them. I do a lot of, in my shows, we usually do like 2 spot numbers and then maybe a duet in a game or whatever. And I love to have 3 different characters during the night. So I'll have the outfit I get to the bar in with one wig, and then I'll have my first show, that'll be another wig, and then the game will stay with that one, and then la la. And I usually go through a lot of wigs during a night, so I like to switch them up and change them. This one's like a 3-tone. I tried it on, it's a bit mullety. I don't know if everybody knows what a mullet is, but we call them Westies. It's like, you know, a little bit short on top and longer at the back. Look a bit like Shazza from Windale. So what I'm going to do is, I've got these wefts, these like curly wefts. They're quite curly. There's a lot of it there. And I've got them in 2 colours. These were Noble Gold, 100% synthetic, so they're not going to be like heat proof or anything like that. But I'm going to sew these into here, like I did on the other one, and hopefully I'll be able to show you what it turns out like. It's looking a little bit, like it's got some good volume. I could probably wear it like this, but big hair. Yeah, I like big hair, so I'm going to be doing that soon. It's a pretty simple process. There's heaps of tutorials, but I might do one, see how I go. I might do it like mid, I don't know. I'll do it halfway through. Yeah, so see you soon, girls. Thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.